Xander Zayas, X, is joining us right now. He's taking on Alexis Salazar. And what's going on, dude? How are you, young fella?
What's up, guys? Man, I'm doing great here in New York already. On fight week, cutting some weight and just ready to put on a show Saturday night.
Does it mess with you at all being in South Florida this entire time and then you have to go to the cold?
I don't like the cold, but most of the time I try to stay in the hotel. I only go out when I need to. Like right now, I needed to go to Hugo Boss to get me a nice fit for the press conference. That's the only time I go out.
What do you got going on for the press conference? What are you going to get suited and booted?
I got something nice. I got something nice for the press conference. But yeah, that's the only time I really go out the hotel. We train at the hotel. We do the wake up. We eat at the hotel. So everything else is just indoors. So I don't get to, be cold as much.
Is it harder to cut weight in a cold place?
No, being honest, it's not. We put the AC super high, and we get in that bathtub, and the way that we do it is just super healthy, and I don't struggle at all. I don't struggle. I'm doing great on wake up right now.
Are you predicting at this press conference? Like, do you have to see Salazar at all? Like, is there going to be any shenanigans? Is he going to try and get in your head at all? Like, what are you expecting ahead for this?
Man, I really don't know what to expect. Hopefully he's a gentleman, just like I am gonna be, like I'm always am, and just do our talking in the ring. I feel like at the end of the day, the talks, we gotta do it in the ring. Outside of it, we don't get paid for it. We're not doing much of it. So, and thus far in the social media, he's been really quiet. He's been just doing his job, and I've been doing mine. So, I'm expecting that come press conference time.
Zeta, we're going to ask you this. All right. So we know after one of your knockouts.
Oh, yeah. You got to.
You hit the snarl. You did the Tyler Hero snarl. I don't know if you're a Dolphins fan. I don't know. Sometimes like your sports loyalties are wishy-washy. Do you root for the Dolphins? Who is your football team?
Man, my football team. Right now, I like Buffalo. I like Buffalo a lot.
What?
Yeah, man.
What?
I have a couple friends. I have a couple friends in the team.
That hurt.
I have a couple friends in the team, and so I gotta root for them.
You're killing me, kid. I'm trying to get you some. We got the hottest team down, and we hate that team right now. This is like when you dropped on me that you were rooting for the Lakers. What are you doing?
Hey, I'm rooting for Buffalo and Lakers. We're actually doing really good in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
Anthony is dropping some good numbers.
This is a horrific.
Do we even go far?
Well, listen. All right. See if you try something. I'm trying to get you some clicks. I'm trying to get you to go viral here. But
last fight I actually did it. We had the talk, and I told you if I remember I would do it. Yep. It wasn't that same Tyler Hero face, but it was close to it.
Yes. Yep. Well, look. Here's what's going around the World Cup right now. Everybody's scoring these goals, and now they're doing the Jaylen Waddle. Everybody is doing the Waddle now. So I want to know if we could. I don't know if this is going to work because you're a Bills fan, but I want you to hit the knockout on this dude, and then you waddle on him. That I feel like.
Again, I'm gonna try. If I remember, I'll do it. If not, then it's so hard. All right, is going through my head at that moment. The time.
You could have said any football team right now, Xander. I can't believe you said you're a Bills fan.
Yeah, first things first, though. Handle your business, right?
No, for sure.
But look, it's gonna take us a little bit. I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. you said the Bills, right?
Yeah, man.
You don't like the cold, and you like the actual coldest
team
in the league.
Hey, again, everything when I'm supporting my people, I have to go with the Bills. The same thing with the Mets. I like the Mets a lot. I support Sugar Diaz, Francisco Lindor. They great people, and they my people, so I gotta support them.
All right.
This is once again news I'm not gonna give to Udonis Haslam to report back to you. Like I'm not gonna let him know that you're rooting for the Bills now. How for your career, Xander? 20 years old now. You just turned 20 in September. Like, what is in your mind? I think the fighter's mind is always different than like what your team wants, your coaches want. Like, where do you feel like? How far off do you feel like is that pursuit of world title? Like, if you had your ways and you had it, a year out from now, like where do you think you are as far as reaching your goals?
I believe the goal for a world title fight will be 2024. That's a year that I should be fighting for it. Maybe if the opportunity presents itself and we know we're ready to not just fight for it but win it, maybe the end of 2023. But I'll say 2024 should be the year, because this coming year I'm planning on fighting former maybe world champion or former world contenders. So I'm planning to take over this 2023, and by 2024 there's no denial that I should be fighting for a world title.
So you feel like your goal this year, like take on some former champs at 154, show that you are at that level, and then like by the end of this, like this time next year, we're talking about you fighting for the belts in 24. That's what you would be ideally at.
Definitely, I say maybe mid 2024. I should be in that conversation for a world title.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
he's I mean, we've talked to him since he was younger. Always been a patient guy, right?
Yeah.
Which is something that doesn't, like, where do you get this from? Everybody wants it now. I want my flowers now. I want it now. And you're like, no, it's a process. I'm taking my time.
It's just that. It's just a process. I'm just 20 years old. I just turned 20. We have a long time in the sport. And we want to make sure that when we fight for it, we not just go in the ring and just fight for a title. We want to make sure we win the title. Want to make sure we're ready mentally, physically, and I'm already, I already proved myself in there with former fighters that were in that level or that are at that level. I want to be able to beat them all, and when it's my time, there's no doubt that I'm gonna win the title.
What is it like for you being on Teofimo's card? Because you guys grew up together. No, it had to be weird when him and George are fighting, because George is your stablemate. You grew up with Teofimo. Is it cool, the idea you don't have any of that conflict here? You guys have a past together, both fighting in Davie and all that growing up. How cool is that for you, both being on the same card?
Oh, definitely super cool. I mean, this is the back-to-back fight that we're fighting the same card. Last fight in August, he was the main event too. So this time around, both being from the East Coast, him, he was born, I believe, here in New York. All the Puerto Ricans fans here in New York are gonna, come and watch me. So it's gonna be an amazing experience. It's gonna be a great atmosphere, and I just can't wait. I can't wait to put on the show.
Well, we can't wait to see it, man. Knock this dude out. Drop the Waddle. I'm telling you right now. Here's what's going to happen, Xander.
Teach him how to do it.
Then Jaylen Waddle will want to come to the gym, and then you could just diverge loyalties, and you could just come over to the Dolphins, dude. We'll have a big gathering for you at Hard Rock Stadium. I'm trying to paint a big picture here, man.
I said the bill, saying Coach looked at me like, you're crazy.
Oh,
he's also a Dolphins fan.
He's like, I know. He's like, what do you mean, Bills? We hate them right now, Xander. What are you talking about? Anyway,
man, I gotta support my people. But I promise, if I remember, I'll do it.
All
right, buddy. Okay. Listen, have a healthy week. Go get suited and booted. We appreciate you joining us, man. And best of luck, man. One of South Florida's own, Xander Zayas. He has grown up before our eyes.
Thanks.
And we'll see you on ESPN this weekend, man. After the Heisman Trophy ceremony, you guys can check him on out. That is the second time he has done that with the most annoying team that I've done that. And I don't know if that's a young thing because he's hopping on band. I know he says he has friends on the team, but I don't know if he did the same thing with LeBron and the Lakers. He's like, oh, I grew up a Kobe. I'm like, you're 16. What do you mean you grew up a Kobe fan?
Like 2.
Like, what what is that supposed to mean?
I mean, think about this. We've known him since he could fight everywhere.
I know. It wasn't legal for him to.
Right.
But if he hits that Waddle after the knockout, to the moon.
Might win us over.
Might win us over.
Oh, he's already won us over because he's been in studio.
Yeah, he's a cool kid.
He's a cool kid.
And
I don't know, but I saw the look on Tobin's face when he said the Bills.
I don't even know if he's trolling me. Like, I don't understand. Like, he could have picked any team, and he picks that team.
Way to destroy somebody who was already destroyed.
What a rascal. Anyway, you guys can catch him this weekend.